السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. أما بعد، قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Indeed, all praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is his final prophet and messenger. Brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed each and every single one of us with the greatest blessing that a human being can have, and that is the blessing of being a Muslim. Inshallah, today we're going to look at what it really means to be a Muslim. Because every Friday you hear this, whether it is in the khutbah or a talk or a lecture, that, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us Muslims, and Muslims are supposed to do this and that and that and this. But what does it really mean for us to be a Muslim? And in order for us to understand that, I believe if we take it one step at a time, it will make it easy for us to understand what our ultimate objective as a Muslim is. Because being Muslim is not tied to any geographical location, it's not tied to any place, it's not tied to any time frame, and it's not tied to any gender, and it's not like insan do. Similarly, jinn, that's a whole different world, but they have the ability to make the right decision and the wrong decisions. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala singles out these two particular creations and says that I have created you, insan, for one objective. And that objective is illa liya'budu, to worship me and obey me. Now, worshiping, often when we use the word worship, the picture that comes in our mind is worshiping, praying 5 times a day. Or maybe praying Jumu'ah Salah, or praying Ramadan or Eid. And that's all, the mental picture that comes in our mind, that is it. But worshiping should be looked at as in a holistical way. Meaning that every single action of ours that we do, that is in accordance with the teachings of the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is worship. Because obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is worship. You're praying 5 times a day because you're obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's an act of worship. You are fasting in the month of Ramadan because that is what Allah has asked you to do. Therefore, it is considered an act of worship. You go to Hajj, and that is considered an act of worship because you're fulfilling what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked you to do. Similarly, anything and everything that you do that is in accordance with the teachings of Islam is considered worship. Therefore, now we understand that Allah told us that He created us to worship no one but Him and obey and do everything that our Creator has asked us to do. That is the purpose of creation. Now that insan has been created, let us look at the status of this insan amongst all of the other creations that are there. And as we just mentioned earlier, there are numerous creations. The heavens, the skies, the planets, the oceans, the plants, the trees, the rivers, the animals. All of those things are all creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the status of insan is higher than all of these other creations. In particular, the status of the believers believing in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who consider themselves from the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Their status is the most highly elevated than all of the other creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In particular, the nation, the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when we use the word ummah, it is a comprehensive word. It is very easy, but yet it is very comprehensive. Ummah is anyone who believes in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his message. Meaning, he is a Muslim, he is a mu'min, he is a believer. This is not tied to any gender, it is not tied to any race, it is not tied to any location, it is not tied to any social wealth status or segments of society. Nothing, it's not tied to anything. It is a matter of simple belief. Believe fully and wholeheartedly that there is only one Allah. He doesn't have any partners, he doesn't have any family, he doesn't have any children, he was never married, he's not going to be married, he was never born, he will never die, he's been there from the beginning and he'll be there till the end. There is no end for him. That is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he doesn't have any partners. And then believe that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as the final prophet and messenger of Allah for mankind at large, and that he is in a long list of many prophets and messengers that fundamentally have the same message, and that he is the final prophet and messenger of Allah, that no other prophet and messenger is going to come after him. As long as you believe in this, you are a Muslim. You don't have to go to any special ceremonies. There's no ceremony for you to become a Muslim. No, it is about your belief. If this belief enters your heart, then you are a Muslim. And when you are a Muslim, then you consider yourself this status that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And what is that status? كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. That you, the nation of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the ones who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the ones who believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you are the best nation that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ever sent for the entire mankind in the history of mankind. Imagine the honor that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving to a Muslim. An honor that has not been given to any other nations. We know many other prophets came before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we believe in all of them. All of them were righteous. All of them fundamentally had the same message. All of them went through various struggles, trials, and tribulations. Many prophets and their nations went through various trials and tribulations. the Ummah of Musa alayhi salam. For example, great example for us to look at, Musa alayhi salam is mentioned more in the Quran than any other prophet and messenger. The most mentioned prophet in the Quran is Musa alayhi salam. Despite all of those things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to be the best of the best. And it is not an exclusive club, as we mentioned. It is not exclusive only for the Indians or the Pakistanis or the Bengalis or the Saudis or any of those. It is not an exclusive club. Anyone can be a Muslim. That is the beauty of this faith. That is the beauty of this religion. Because this religion doesn't belong to a person or a personality. This is the religion, this is the way of life that is from the one who has created us. That is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is the one who created us, and He has given us certain guidelines to abide by in our life in this world, which is temporary, as we all know. As long as you abide by these guidelines, inshallah, you will be successful in this world and in the hereafter where it matters the most. That is a Muslim. And this Muslim has been given this honor, this title of being the best of the best. And most of us, for most of us here that are here today, this honor has been given to us without us even asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this. What do we mean by this? What we mean by this is that most of us were born into a Muslim family, were raised as a Muslim. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you this blessing, this honorary title of being the best of the best without you even asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for it. Think about that for a moment. Whether you're working or you have a business, you want to be the best of what you're at, of what you're doing. You want to be the best employee. You want to be the best business owner. You want to have the best of best. And you work hard towards that. And then you get that satisfaction when you are the best of the best, or you are considered the best of the best. But here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not make us go through any hardship, did not make us go through any challenges, did not make us go through any trials, did not make us go through any tribulations, as Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and his companions did. Without us even asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He simply told us, believe in Allah, believe in Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and you're part of the best ummah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ever raised from the entire mankind. That is the honor that has been given to you and I. Now the question now is, what do we do with this honor that has been given to us? Do we just take it and accept it? I'm the best of the best. I don't have anything to do with this. No, there's conditions to that. It is not simply that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told you that you are the best of the best, told us you are the best of the best, but there's conditions in there. And the first condition is mentioned immediately in that same verse where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ تَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَتَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَتُؤْمِنُونَ بِاللَّهِ. That you enjoy what is good and you forbid what is evil. Meaning, again, abide by the teaching of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and stay away from what He has prohibited you from. If you're doing that, then you are the best of the best. That's one thing. Third and the most important thing now is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this life. He has sent us into this world. And for us, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has decreed that we are to be living in this place, in this country, in this town, in this city, in this community. This is all a decree from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? We don't know where we're going to end up, but for the time being, we call this our home, we call this our community, we call this our society, we call this our country, we call this our masjid, and so on and so forth. What is our obligation now while living here? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again tells us what is our practical objective in this life. Our practical objective, of course, is believing, following the teachings of of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But more importantly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, "Ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmati wal maw'izati al hasana." Our primary objective is that now we have to preach this faith. Now, what do we mean by this? On one hand, we are saying we are the best nation. Why should we keep it to ourselves? We know it is not exclusive to just us. We know it is open for everyone. Why do we need to keep it to ourselves then? Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that it is an obligation on every believer to do the best that they can to carry out the message of Islam. And now this is going to vary from person to person. What do we mean by this again? When we say that da'wah is an obligation on us as Muslims, we are to be practicing what we believe in. This is not optional. And da'wah can be done in numerous ways, and everyone is going to do a different way. One of the things that might come to mind when we say da'wah, for example, oh yes, the masajid, including this one here, we have an open mosque day, we invite people, and we talk to them about Islam, and we, talk to them about the Quran and Hadith and all those things. Is that da'wah? Yes, it is. That is a form of da'wah. But is that the only form of da'wah? Absolutely not. That is just one way to do it. The biggest way that we can do da'wah as Muslims is by our actions, our behavior, because this is what is looked at. Each and every single one of us, we are ambassadors of Islam in this country. You are looked at as an ambassador, as a representative of your faith by others, whether you like it or not. By default, you are an ambassador of this faith. Everything that you and I do is looked at as is this what Muslims believe in? Think about it for a moment. Our actions speak the loudest. For example, we know in Islam, we have to, take care of our neighbors, treat them with respect and honor, and all of those things. I'm just going to give you one example. How many masjids have you gone, including this one, that anytime there's a gathering, for example, maybe Jumu'ah Salah, or an event, or Ramadan, how many announcements do we have to make for parking? Don't park in your neighbor's driveway. Don't block your neighbors. And I'm not picking on anyone. And this is not just specific to this masjid. Most of the masjids have this issue. But I fail to understand why we have this issue. What message are you giving to the neighbor, in most cases, who are not Muslims? Look at these Muslims. So unorganized. They don't care about anyone. They don't know how to treat others with respect. They tell us that Islam is a great faith. It's a great religion. But look at their behavior. What are they doing? Maybe they have to go somewhere. Maybe they're expecting people. They can't get out. Why? Because it was more important for you to park there in their driveway and walk and then come into the masjid. That's just one example. One example. Are we really practicing what we believe? That is a form of da'wah. In this case, bad da'wah. Because we're representing Islam and Muslims in such a negative light that we cause our neighbors hardship. We give them a hard time. And even within ourselves, what do we do with each other? We come back to parking again. Even here, if you park in the parking, you come late, there's no parking, you park behind your car. And then after you're done, a normal person, common sense will tell you, hey, I might be blocking someone. I should leave as soon as I can. But it is not important for you to stand here and purchase that biryani and eat it and then go out while the other people are waiting for you to move your car. Is that not important? What message are you giving? what kind of a Muslim are you going to be? Similarly, everything that we do, publicly, privately, it is a form of da'wah. Look at our social media accounts, for example. I'm sure most of us are on some form of social media, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or X as it's called now, or TikTok or Instagram or any of those platforms. Are we really conveying the message of Islam by our behavior? What kind of pictures are we posting? What kind of videos are we watching? What kind of messages are we posting and sharing? Many people don't even recognize that their social media activity can be viewed by others. They may not tell you, but they know exactly what you're doing. They know exactly what you're viewing. They know exactly what you're watching. They know exactly which pages you're following. As a Muslim, is that in accordance with our teachings or not? Because that is a wider society of what a Muslim believes in and how he acts. He and or she acts. Is he or she? There's no he and she. Point to be noted here, he or she acts. But that's a different subject altogether. So it's important for us now to recognize that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us He created with a purpose. That purpose is to worship no one but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then He tells us that the Muslims, you and I, the ones who believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you have given this honor, you have been given this honor that no other nation has been given before you. And that is the honor of being the best of the best. كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. And then the third and the most important one, our objective, ultimate objective in this life is to convey the message of Islam in every way that we can. Not everyone is going to be a scholar. Not everyone is going to be an imam. Not everyone is going to attend an open mosque day. Not everyone is going to be able to have a conversation one-on-one with someone of other faith. The most important thing that we can do is live as a Muslim and do da'wah by our actions and behavior. That is the most important form of da'wah that you and I can do, that we must do, that we have an obligation to do. And we have no excuse not to do it. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in birahmatika ya arhamar rahimin walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As usual, please move forward. If you find a space in front of you, please fill up those gaps. It's important for us to please stand up, make the lines, make the row, please. Stand up and make the rows. A lot of space on my right and left, on the corner especially. Please move forward. Right, I got a few important announcements. First one, the programs. So tonight program, there are two programs happening. Of course, one is after Maghrib. That's the program with Dr. Habib Qadi. As you know, he's one of the great scholars of education in the community, in our community. He's a principal and director for MEC, Martin Grove School. He's coming in, his subject of tonight program is on challenges for the youth Muslims, especially Muslim youth who are having challenges in their life. So it's a very good program. It's a family event. It is especially good for the parents as well. So please come and join. It's going to start on tomorrow till Isha, inshallah. And the other program is for the ladies only on the faith of Hazrat Khadija Radhiyallahu anha. It's going to be programmed in English starting at 5:30. The ladies area on the top till 6:30, inshallah. The other important program is Sunday School. And of course, other people are also announcing Sunday School registration started. If you have not registered your child, please register online at alhudasundayschool.org or this Sunday, which is coming Sunday, day after tomorrow. There is a registration open house, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Academy. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can come and register and meet with the principal and the staff. The third activity is coming up next week, Thursday. It's a adult senior activity program. Remember, every twice a month. We have this program for seniors. We bring them here at 11 a.m. and then until Zohar, we keep them here for the different activities, different social activities and religious activities as well. So if you know someone who wants to register or wants to join the program, they're welcome to join. There's a registration link. It will be sent in our WhatsApp group and also on the website. So please register yourself or for someone online so you know who's coming. Lunch will be provided in that program, inshallah. Then, as you know that we have collected money for replacing the window glasses in Ramadan. So Alhamdulillah, we have signed a contract with a company who's giving us another 20 years of warranty and replacing all the windows. Inshallah, you will see the work start within, actually work is already started. They have measured a couple of times and ordering of the glass will take about 25 to 30 days and you will see the replacement of the windows inshallah by end of next month, inshallah. The other thing is the AC problem, and we realize that we have an air conditioning problem. We have gotten a few quotes from different folks for the AC, but we wanted to do it right. So we have been reaching out to different engineers who does the AC work and getting the right design for it. Because when this was designed 25 years ago, the capacity wasn't there. And then, of course, we want to build an extra capacity if we need to add the elevator and another thing. So we are in the middle of a drawing right now. Inshallah, hopefully by end of this year, we'll get the drawing and then we'll move forward with the codes and the installation of new air conditioning units, inshallah. So also, remember asking your du'as, not any other donation is fine. Du'as and donations all.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا المرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد فقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم كنتم خير أمة أخرجت للناس تأمرون بالمعروف وتنهون عن المنكر وتؤمنون بالله. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسول النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك فمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا كرما واشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. اما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القران المجيد بعد اعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين خصوصا خلفاء رسول الله سيدنا أبو بكر الصديق رضي الله تعالى عنه وعلى المؤمنين سيدنا عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله تعالى عنه وعلى المؤمنين سيدنا عثمان بن عفان رضي الله تعالى عنه وعلى المؤمنين سيدنا علي بن ابي طالب رضي الله تعالى عنه وعلى الرسول طبعا العشره المبشره وكما اهل البيت صلاه وسلام دائما لازم الى يوم الدين. اللهم اعز الاسلام والمسلمين وذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر اعداء الدين. اللهم انصرنا من نصر دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم واجعلنا منهم واخذل من خذل دين محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ولا تجعلنا منهم. اللهم انصر الاخوان المستضعفين في كل مكان خصوصا في سوريا وفي كشمير وفي فلسطين وفي برما وفي الهند وفي باكستان وفي كل مكان يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر الاخوان المجاهدين الذين يجاهدون في سبيلك في كل مكان. اللهم اغفر لجميع المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الاحياء منهم والاموات انك مولانا سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين. عباد الله رحمكم الله ان الله يامر بالعدل والاحسان وايتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله اكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. أقيموا الصلاة.
Make sure you fill up all the holes. Make sure nobody stays in the middle.
الله
See space in
أكبر
front of you, move forward.
الله أكبر الله
See the space, move
أكبر
forward, brother.
الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
So make sure the lines are straight. Fill up any gaps that you see in between and or in front of you and make sure your form is just beside you. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات كانت لهم جنات الفردوس نزلا خالدين فيها لا يبغون عنها حولا قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا قل إنما مثلكم يوحى إلي أنما إلهكم إله واحد فمن كان يرجو لقاء ربه فليعمل عملا صالحا ولا يشرك بعبادة ربه سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. الله سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله 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 أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. A few requests here for Dua, a few names. Dua Shifa for فيزان أكرم كان أكرم متين عباس شفيق محمد عارف آسف سلومي الكاتب حكيم كتب السيد فايق علي سجاد حسين. دعاء مغفرة يوسف كيو شاب بيدي خيش موضوع سبب سجدي. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه في الآخر اللهم اغفر لجميع والمسلمين والمسلمات والأموات إنك من لا يحسب بالقلب سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه
Graduate spring. From Miss Management and